how it's been as a vegan dad.
Take your time, mate. Take your time.
Then I would say
I love them and I really want them to be happy.
Wow,
Wow.
that was powerful.
Like have a talk with your parents about veganism and why you're vegan.
it's just how proud I am of them.
Thank you so much for sharing that. So, hi guys, thank you so much for coming onto our channel and chatting to us. We absolutely adore all of you. And I mean, we've met you a few times at a few different events, and we just want to ask you a few questions today. So can I start off by asking you to introduce yourself? What's your name and what's your favorite animal?
I'm Caleb and my favorite animal is polar bear. My name is Olo and my favorite animal is gorilla.
Oh,
Nice.
and you as well.
And me?
Yeah.
My name is Josh. My favorite animal is probably a rabbit, maybe.
Oh,
nice. All you guys are vegan, right? Can you tell me why you're vegan and what being vegan means to each of you?
Well, I'm vegan. Well, a big inspiration to me is my dad because he was the first in the household to become vegan. And I remember we were in this restaurant and I asked him, "Why are you vegan?" And then we had like a whole conversation. And then he showed me a video of a KFC slaughterhouse. And that like really changed my mind on how I look about veganism. And yeah, and I just love animals.
Nice.
I became vegan because I saw my dad and brother doing it, so I wanted to like, kind of like try it out. And when I tried it out, I kind of felt like a lifesaver, like someone who isn't being rude to anyone or changing lives like that. And it felt really good, so I started being vegan.
That's nice.
awesome. Thank you for sharing that. And this is for Dad. Can you talk about how it's been as a vegan dad, of two boys who are vegan? And do you ever talk about what happens to the animals? How do you play this with the boys? Or if you wait till they're old, oh, what's the situation? You touched on it a little bit, Caleb.
When I went vegan, it was more of like at first a willpower challenge, and it wasn't until I saw videos in slaughterhouses and I was looking at the victims that really kind of made me kind of transition, yeah, from a willpower plant-based idea to veganism and what it actually meant. So when it came to for the boys, because it is a shift in like changing certain foods we eat, I just felt it really made sense that rather than just saying like because that's what we should do, that they should see the victims as well. And it was kind of I personally wouldn't want anyone to see what was happening in those videos, but the reality is that is what's happening. And if by seeing it stops myself or my kids funding it or like being a part of it, then I think it was important to show them. So I was hesitant to show them at first, but then yeah, there was times where Caleb just came up to me and was like, he was like, "Dad, I just saw, I heard that Joey did a video on Pignorant. I want to watch it with you." And I was just like, because I didn't want to show them more than they needed to see to be able to understand. So I just wanted them to catch a glimpse, and they kind of instantly kind of saw that perspective. But it was actually them that Caleb was like, I want to see kind of a bit more of what not only just the victims but what activists are doing as well, which is really inspiring.
I think, like, first of all, like, you're so awesome for enabling that. And Caleb, I think you're absolutely awesome for your desire for education. Do you know, so many people like older than you, so many adults older than you will turn a blind eye of ignorance on purpose because they know that once they're educated and they see these things, it will create change. But you're seeking it out and you're wanting to be educated and you're not hiding away from the truth. And I think that's so commendable for you. Like it's really powerful and inspirational to see such a young guy saying to your dad, "Show me, dad. I want to see. Like, let's watch it together. I want to see it." So, like, so much credit to you, mate, for doing that. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, because you're almost guiding your dad with what to see and things, and also being a role model for Arlo as well. You're all of you are just so powerful,
Yeah.
amazing people. I wish that more people were like you guys.
So we've seen you guys attending things like the National Animal Rights March and things, which is absolutely so awesome to see. Like it's just brilliant looking around and seeing you guys there, like with your t-shirts on, like doing it for the animals. When you attend them big events, like how do you feel? Do you get nervous? Do you get anxious? Or do you just get like absolutely buzzing to be able to be there and stand up for the animals?
Yeah, I don't really get nervous because like I'm really happy to be part of the march. For an example, I was really happy to be in my first march, and outside the steakhouse where I was holding up my sign, and yeah, I was really happy.
So awesome. It's so powerful. Like for me, I remember looking around seeing you guys doing it, and I was like, it gave me a like such a powerful buzz to see you guys there with your signs outside there.
Like they're so cool.
Yeah.
How about for you, Arlo? Do you ever feel nervous going out doing big marches like that?
On my first march, I was kind of a bit nervous because I didn't know there was like thousands of people there, and it was all cramped, sort of cramped. And when we went a bit too far, we had to go back, and then and it's hard to know what to do when you're in a march. And when we went to the meat store thing, I holded up my sign in different windows, and people started staring at me, and I got a bit nervous too.
So incredible that even through your nerves, you still stood there with your sign. It's really powerful. Like it's really brave and commendable that you're there for a reason, despite your nerves, and you're still able to stand there and be nervous, but still be there. It's such an incredible thing that you're able to do that.
Yeah, the animals will be so grateful that you're real animal defenders for them.
How does that feel, Josh, from your point of view, like seeing your boys stood there like that?
Yeah, it was. There was a couple moments where I had to take a moment, and I was kind of quite tearful just looking at them and looking at just how proud I am of them. They've only been vegan a year. I've been vegan 4 years, and it's just amazing to see how I could never wanted to force my passions or anything on them, and just to see them naturally just they came to vegan camp out with me, and they were just like they loved it, didn't you? And they just like, I can't believe we didn't come before with you, Dad. And it's just like it's just been such such a proud moment to have boys so passionate and willing and love for the animals. Yeah, kind of leaves me speechless, but
That's so lovely.
Yeah.
I mean, we look around, and when we see you guys, we feel immensely proud of you because we get nervous and we get scared to go and do things like that. And you're so young and you speak so well, and you turn up to these events and you join in with your signs. And I see on TikTok, on Instagram, you're talking to the phone about animal rights, and I'm like beaming with I'm just smiling like, wow, let alone being your dad and seeing that. I can totally understand how you feel, how you get emotional when you see your boys doing that. I would be so proud as well.
You talk so well on them videos, by the way. We love watching them. They're so good.
And I think other people can really relate to when they see children talking about animal rights because it comes across so pure, and you can feel both your passion, all of your passion, like through those videos.
Yeah.
I love to see it. Every time I see like you pop up, I'm like, oh yeah. It just feels so amazing that the animals have you guys defending them too.
like when you're saying it through a child's perspective, it just reminded me of a story of when I can't remember, it was Caleb or Arlo went to a friend's house, and this is just after they were learning what happens to animals and things like that. And one of the parents was like serving some steak to one of the kids, and I think it was Arlo. He said, just so innocently, he said, "Is that animal flesh?" And the parent was like, "Oh," and kind of was just a bit kind of taken back, and then was like, "Yeah, I guess it is." And it's just strange because I think if an adult said that, there'd be kind of a lot of kind of okay, judging me, and like, but when it comes from a child's perspective, saying like, "Is that animal flesh you're serving?" I think you can't. It kind of dismantles kind of all these kind of comebacks, because it's like it is the reality and it's the child saying it. I don't know, it's something
Yeah,
really interesting.
pure innocence from a child saying it, and like what adult can get cross with a child saying, "Oh, is that animal flesh?" It's just pure honesty, isn't it?
Mm.
You actually touched on my next question a bit. I was going to say to you, has there been any situations that have been tricky, say in school or when they go to friends' houses? Have you ever felt nervous because someone hasn't understood veganism and maybe are trying to give them non-vegan food or trying to persuade them otherwise?
At school, sometimes there's really good vegan options, like a really good vegan pizza that they have, but sometimes it's not very good. Like there's fish and chips, but for the vegan options, there's beans on jagged potato, and like, but for friends' house, like most of my friends like know and respect that I'm vegan, but some of my friends like don't know that. So, but I don't really have any troubles with it because once I get to know my friends, then they respect me being vegan, and they would always have like a vegan option at their house.
That's awesome.
I think the hardest. I remember meeting an activist who had been vegan since they were a kid, and I asked them like some advice, and I remember them saying like that how they never really felt left out because their mum would always just like cook the best food or make sure they weren't left out on anything, and that really stuck with me. So whenever these boys like if there's ever been a birthday party, like sometimes Arlo like said there's been some like cupcakes for the like his birthday party or something after school, and he can't have them, then we'll go home and we'll make 30 vegan cupcakes, won't we? That taste busting. And then so we
that's
bring them in,
awesome.
and everyone. So I make sure like whatever they think they're missing out on, we're gonna make it at home. We're gonna bring it in. We're gonna, you know, and a lot of your friends have been couldn't believe you did that. They're like, this is amazing, like September. And so yeah, we're always just like, and when we go shopping, I mean, because like every child can like sometimes like something or not like something or be picky or want something that they can't have. And so I'm understanding that there's certain things they might feel left out, but like if we go to like supermarket, it's more fun now going as vegan than it was before, because it's well, before I was vegan, I'd be very like strict. I'm like, no, we're not getting that. I'd be always this no parent. Whereas there's so many like vegan options there. I'm like, whatever's vegan, like go put it in the basket. You know what I mean? Like there's all these like we go through the fruit and veggie place. I'm like, put whatever you want in. Like, and then any vegan option you see, put it in. You want a Krispy Kreme donut? Like that's a vegan one. Let's put it, you know. So
I'm going shopping with you.
it's quite a fun experience. Sometimes it's like, okay, wait.
That's really cool that you pick up on those situations where you feel like, oh, maybe the boys couldn't have the cakes because of the eggs or milk in there, and then making something even cooler afterwards is awesome. So you always pick up that. That's so good.
The boys, well, for all of you actually, if you could tell the animals a message, like personally from you to the animals, what would your message be to them?
Well, probably be like something like, "Oh, I love you, bro. I love you." Because if I had a message for them, then like, yeah, I would show them how much I love them and tell them how much I love the animals.
That's really nice.
So I would tell them like that don't be afraid of us, people like us, because they're not trying to hurt them. And if like you see like someone who doesn't look kind of like a vegan, try and hide a bit. So it's less chances of you getting hurt. And I would do that for the safety of animals, and because I would tell them that I love them, because I love them and they are I really want them to be happy. That some
Wow.
people like.
Wow,
Wow.
that was powerful. I think it was really emotional hearing both of you talk about what you would say to the animals.
Yeah. Wow. What about you, Josh? What would your message to the animals be? If you can talk for a minute.
Yeah.
I didn't know you said that.
Take a minute. That was so well said, boys.
Yeah, really well said, Arlo. That's powerful. I would say sorry because I would say sorry first because I've spent so many years paying for a lot of their suffering and use, and then I would say
Yeah.
Okay.
Take your time, mate. Take your time.
Yeah, we feel it.
Yeah.
and then I would say I'm trying my best. To make sure you're not harmed anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see that in everything you guys do.
Yeah.
I see your Instagram. I see you're going out all the time doing activism, even when you're like, oh, I couldn't really come out today, but I had to come out for the animals. You put the animals first above everything, and they're really lucky to have you guys fighting their corner. They
Yeah.
really are. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah. What you've all just said then is just so powerful, and anyone watching this will just feel your emotion, feel your message. You know, it's such a strong, powerful message coming from all of you. Like, it's just so innocent and just so pure, and I think that you're an absolute shining example. Excuse me, absolute shining example of how people should be. Everyone should be the same.
Yeah, thank you so much for everything that you do.
Thank you for being such an inspiration to us. Like you're a couple who, I found online, and your style of activism just really was inspiring, in the way you speak to people, and the way you make things just seem so clear as to why we shouldn't be using animals. Just shone through you guys, and yeah, we loved watching you. We love your merch, and yeah, we're just inspired.
Oh, thank you so
Yeah,
much.
that means a lot, especially
Yeah.
for you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
And that looks awesome on you.
Yeah.
So my last question for the boys is, there are many children who are vegan who are possibly getting bullied in schools because and like through family not understanding veganism, friends calling them strange. What encouragement would you say to those children who are going through this right now, who are defending the animals, but they're putting up with a lot of negative words from friends?
I would probably say to them, like, keep trying your best, and I'm loving how you're respecting animals, and like what really helped me was like meeting other vegans, like talking to them, and for the parents, like my dad was like really respectful to my opinion about animals, but for other people's parents, I would say, because some people's parents, like you said, don't really like vegans, and I would if I was in their situation, like the kids' situation, where they're vegan and their parents don't really respect it, I would probably like have a talk with your parents about veganism and why you're vegan, and maybe there'll be a chance that they can understand.
Really
Yeah,
well said.
well said.
But just very, very mature as well in that.
Yeah.
How about you, Arlo? What would you say to any child who's struggling at the moment, maybe getting bullied? What would you say to them, words of encouragement?
I think I would probably say that I would probably be on their side all the time, and that veganism is a very cool thing and people shouldn't judge it. And veganism is a very cool thing because you get to see loads of other people and make lots of friends, and make sometimes you can even make other people vegan. And it's a very helpful thing to do for everyone and everything in the world, and they're doing a very good thing.
Yeah, well
Awesome.
said.
Thank
Give
you
back,
so
don't
much.
we? Never give up.
Yes. And Josh, what would you say to other parents who may be worried or concerned about bringing up a vegan child, and to any parents struggling with the external situations, worrying about their children? What would your advice to them be?
I would say I would say firstly, don't worry. And I would say do some research, learn about, firstly, if there are worries about health, to do some research on how actually healthy the vegan diet is, but then also to look into veganism itself, its reasoning, its logic, and to not be supportive of a child that's vegan. I think is I think it's a huge sign of disrespect to something which is um, basically being kind of anti-oppression of someone. So um, I would say to the person, just like keep going, and if you have an opportunity to show those friends or family any documentaries or films that explain it well, and also say to try and wear it with confidence. I think by kind of going vegan, you kind of also want to. Unfortunately, we don't live in a vegan world, so you need to kind of prepare yourself and almost kind of for battle in terms of what conversations you have. And by doing that, I would kind of go on pages like your guys' page and learn about the arguments and learn about the reasoning, so that you can feel real confident in your beliefs and your stand up against oppression to these animals. Makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. 100% makes sense. Thank you so much for explaining everything so well and answering the questions so super well as well. Like, you guys are not only vegan, you are activists, you are animal warriors, and Caleb and Arlo, you are going to be the next Joey Carvstrong and Earthling Ed when you're older, or even now. Like, you're so incredible. And you know what? It takes one generation to change everything. And you guys are leading your generation. And I can really see you guys doing so much for the animals. You are incredible. You're so young, so mature, and you speak so well. Like, I struggle speaking, I struggle with my nerves, and you inspire me to just do more and more. So thank you all so much. Josh, you're incredible. Your sons are an absolute credit to you, and I just love seeing how you're just also like together, and you're so encouraging of each other, and the passion you have between you just beams.
Very special. I second everything you said. Yeah. Thank you for everything that you guys do for the animals.
Oh,
Do you feel like you guys miss out by not eating these?
No.
Why not?
I don't want to eat it.
Why don't you want to eat them?
And it's cute. They're cute, and I don't like seeing things suffer.
What about KFC? You wouldn't want a KFC chicken burger?
No.
Why not?
The thing is, I've seen all the footage of like how they've been slaughtered, and looking at chicken from KFC, I can picture those videos,
Right.
and I couldn't eat it.
What about protein?
Protein, you can get protein from plants. Plant protein, like got protein bars, Huel, amazing. Bro's gonna say what he said.